Spread 为什么你不讲？不是你要讲的吗？
The first question is, what would you say is a type of discrimination you are most familiar with and that you find most prominent?
Maybe in our country, in Australia, the indigenous population.
In my workplace, it's probably gender discrimination. Women can have a harder time.
I think in the workplace a lot, as far as like reading through resumes and applications and stuff, I think that there's a lot of discrimination against people that might have needs.
For us, it's actually quite non-discriminative, I guess, in Belgium. It's quite liberal.
I think there is still racism towards other cultures around.
It's also the women-men discrimination that's now high on the agenda, I think, still.
Yeah.
Also for payrolls and that kind of stuff.
When I was going to Europe, of course, we've been discriminated by some Europeans, mostly from Czech Republic. They used to be communist, and like sometimes they look at me like really staring, stuff like that. You feel uncomfortable. Mostly with the old guys, like old ladies and guys.
Cultural discrimination, just because there might be cultural differences between two people. So more than discrimination, I feel like it's lack of understanding of another person's culture. I would say, yeah.
I think that racial and like sexism as well. Like because like there's always gonna be a certain idea about like how a certain race or a certain sex is supposed to be, or like how they're supposed to act, and especially for women.
Come to Taipei, people are very nice. They are very friendly and
Yeah, there's discrimination between rich and poor, there's discrimination between caste and religion, discrimination between white and black people. It's still not happening. And have you ever experienced stereotyping?
I've seen it more than I've experienced it, but it definitely made me question a lot of things like the way that it's treated in the United States, and yeah, but not me.
Other people, yes. Personally, I haven't, but I've seen other people getting stereotyped.
Not against me, but because I am from Mexico and I go to school in the States, there are like certain stereotypes of what Mexico is like, or what like Mexico or how Mexicans act, but I have never personally felt discriminated by being Mexican.
Yeah, it happened often. I don't use that much. It happens.
Yes. Not personal, being stereotyped as a woman, I guess, personally, and then witnessing stereotypes, making jokes about other races, I guess. It's big.
Not personally, I don't get stereotyped that much, but I don't know, is there a type for me here? I don't know.
If you are Asian and you're in Europe, most of the time they will make fun like you are Chinese. They always think you are Chinese, no matter what.
Yeah, and I tried out for a leadership position in our school, and a lot of this leadership positions usually goes to like the boys who are very like loud and just like are mostly heard just because they're boys.
I have. It's present, but I feel like it depends on where you are in the United States. It depends what sort of environment you're in. I mean, I think it's present everywhere.
Oh, well, I'm from Latin America, so usually people from Latin America, there's a stereotype that we're like always like thief or like drugs. So people, I think like the one stereotype it would be like, oh, Latin America, just like back away a little bit more. Just like be careful with what you're wearing or be careful what you have. Or hey, maybe she might have drugs. Yeah, sure, it's like it makes you feel like very bad because it's just like one group of people. Not everyone is like that. So it makes you feel like, why are people judging me or something they don't even know about? And it makes you feel really bad. Other ways like how you look. Maybe because you look differently from other people, they will just stand by a little bit more. So that makes you feel like, is there something wrong with me? And I think people like just judge too much about without knowing someone. Just because from where they are or how they look.
one's more controversial. So, the recent passing of the Alabama abortion ban. What do you think about that?
Not good at all.
Not very
Disappointed.
I think that hopefully there's a lot of people trying to do things to try to go against it.
I think women should have the right to decide for themselves whether or not they want to do abortion or not. So I think the law should not interfere with the private life of women.
We've got similar stuff in one of the states in Australia where abortion technically isn't legal. So it's not the same, but it's similar. So yeah.
I didn't follow that one. I don't think I can comment on that.
I actually am for life. Yeah, you know, and I'm a pro-choice. So I was actually happy, or I am actually happy that this bill was passed. It's such a hard option they gave to those women because they don't have even the option, not even if it's rape or incest. So for me, it's just like very sad that they have to choose that in Alabama.
When I first heard about it, I was really mad, and I was actually quite. I cried.
It's weird that like a bunch of men, like older men, made a decision about women's bodies. I think a lot of people find issues with that.
The way it was passed, I don't feel it might have been like a good perspective.
I think that it's not up to them because it's not their body. It's very simple. It's not their body.
If you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. But don't make other people not do it.
But all in all, the lives of unborn children are being protected. So I'm glad that although the law might make other people feel like they're not getting their rights, I do feel like the lives of unborn children are being protected, and because they don't have voice because they have not been born, it is important to keep that dignity for people even before they're born.
It's a woman's body, and let the woman decide, not the man. Who are they to make the rules for the women? Definitely, I'm strongly against this abortion law and many other conservative completely against it.
I am happy about that. I am sad about the response and the optics of the issue. I feel like every woman is able to choose what they want to do.
I think that choice is very,
Have the choice.
Yeah, I think that's the choice. Yeah.
And the last one, do you think in any scenario is discrimination justified?
Not really. We didn't face that kind of problem.
Not really.
No, it's never.
No, there is no position where discrimination is justified.
Yeah, I think any prejudice or discrimination, it never goes wrong. It can never be.
Even if it's on accident, like you should it should never happen. Be careful about it. Yeah.
We're in 2019. Discrimination shouldn't be part of our society. It should be we should be more and more advanced from that. So I think there's no reason nor situation where discrimination should be justified.
There are discriminations for all over the world, and people are not saying things about it. There should be something like to bring the justice for all discriminations.
No, for me, I like it. I accept that kind of, if it's discrimination, but I accept that. Maybe you can be kind to me, it can be discriminated, but it's fine.
If you have like a positive discrimination towards like pregnant women or something, then
Elderly
people, then it's positive.
Yeah, I feel like chivalry should not just be man being nice to women. It is respecting the other person, and chivalry is a way to show that you are respecting and giving a certain place to the girl. So whether it's being nice to someone or if they give you the wrong amount of money and you being honest and giving it back, I feel it's just like a way to show human connection and respect. Yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing.
Thank you. 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 Have a good day.